just spotted a pheasant off the road. I'm gonna grab my shotgun and sneak up there and try and shoot him. Never shot a pheasant before. Lived in Iowa my whole life. Never shot one. Maybe this will be my first. Busted him, boys. There he is. Yeah, boy. He's got some long tail feathers on him. Okay, so once I got back home with this pheasant, I went ahead and breasted him out and brought him into the kitchen to cook him up. Since I only shot the one, I figured I could make some poppers out of the breast meat and it would be a decent sized meal. So the first thing we need to do is get all of the meat off of the breastplate. As you can see, it's pretty similar to a turkey breast. You can just follow that center bone down and work all of the meat away from that. After that, go ahead and chunk up all the meat into little bite-sized pieces. Once that's complete, you'll get out a pack of bacon and a block of cream cheese. Now before you go ahead with the cream cheese and the bacon, don't forget to put some seasoning on this breast meat, or you could marinate it in Worcestershire or something like that just to make it taste a little bit better. I actually didn't do that with the meat and it tasted pretty good still, but I got a lot of flack up in the comments. So don't forget to season it or marinate it. From here, we'll take all of the bacon and slice it right down the middle. With each half slice of bacon, we'll put in a chunk of breast meat and a little glob of cream cheese and wrap that up tight in the bacon. Do that until all of the pieces are wrapped up, and then take some toothpicks and punch them through to hold everything in place. Go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Once your oven hits that temperature, we'll put the poppers in for about a half an hour. After 30 minutes is up, if it reads 165 degrees or higher, you're good to eat. Just let them cool down and enjoy. Alright guys, so I just went and got a piece of barn board from my buddy Peyton. He's got a bunch of old barns at his place, so I went and got a big piece from him. And I'm gonna clean it up and put this pheasant cape on there. I did this with a turkey that I shot out in South Dakota a couple years ago, just caped from the back down. I actually kept the pheasant's head and tried to get some borax down in there to just dry everything out. So I think that's gonna work, but it also might rot and start to stink. But I'm gonna try and mount it with the head on there. But here's the piece of barn board. It's plenty big enough for this pheasant to go on. So I'm probably just gonna clean it up to start and then decide how big I want to make it. Yeah, we'll go from there. Okay guys, so the first step to this process was getting this bird caped and dried out with borax. I didn't film myself doing that part of it, but I will leave a link in the description to a good video on how to do this. So once I got home, the first thing I needed to do was get this board cleaned up. It wasn't in too bad of shape, but it did need some cleaning done, and then I needed to dry it out before I really got going on it. Once I had it cleaned up somewhat, I went ahead and got another 1x6 for the back of the piece. The board was originally 40 by 40 inches, and after laying the pheasant down on it, I decided to cut it down to 40 by 24, and it looked like it would fit pretty nicely on there. Of course, after a while, my dad took an interest to the project and had to come out and give me a hand. After we got the board cut down and put together, we decided to bulk the middle of the pheasant up with some foam. We did this to help the pheasant stay together a little bit stronger, and just to raise his chest up for when he was on the board. We just thought it looked a little bit better. Alright guys, so I've been messing with it for a while and got the board cut down to size, and me and Dad been trying to get the body part built up so it all kind of lays flat. It kind of needs to sit up in the middle. So we glued foam to the middle of it, and now I'm gluing a little skinny piece of foam to go under his chin and his neck, so it's all kind of up at the same level. And I think it looks pretty good. I actually took an old Remington sign that my dad had inside and put that on the side of the board, because this board's got to be so big for the wingspan that there's just a bunch of empty space right there. And I think it looks pretty cool with that old sign on there. I got the brick holding down that piece of foam, and then his head will sit on that. Once I get it glued down, it looks something like this. I think it looks pretty good. Just got to figure out how to fasten it all down and make sure that this thing's going to stay on there when it goes up on the wall. So that's the next step. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Wherever the foam's at on the body, I'll be able to glue that all down to the board. So that should be fastened pretty easy. And then I was thinking about using some goop to pull down the wings, put that all on the end of the wings, hold those flush to the board. But the thing that I'm trying to figure out is how I'm going to hold his neck down. Haven't quite figured that out yet, but I'll let you know when I do. So I ended up gluing his head to that piece of foam with that Gorilla Glue construction adhesive. Seems to be working pretty well. I also took some goop and glued down his wingtips to the board to keep them spread out wide. We'll see if it lasts a long time or if I'll have to hit everything again with glue sometime down the road. If you guys want to see another small game hunt, go ahead and click right here and check out this rabbit hunt that I had last winter. Thanks for watching.